that was always the goal, was to try to one day play arenas, and then hopefully someday we'll be headlining our own tours and stuff like this. So it's really cool to have the chance to opportunity to play these places and play in front of a lot of people that might not have heard of us before.
You mentioned Metallica. What was it like meeting those guys?
It was weird. It was like, I thought it would be like all nervous or starstruck because it's like fucking Metallica, but they just kind of like, we were at a festival and we were in our dressing room, and then fucking Kurt just kind of popped through the door, and it was just, and they were just so chill and down to earth and cool that it was like, and they just kind of like would just start talking. And it was like you couldn't really, you didn't really have a chance to get like kind of like holy shit, because they were just like totally chill.
You guys have been a band since like 2000. What have you learned over the years that's made you who you are today?
I don't know. We get to travel around the world and go a lot of places that if I wasn't doing this, I'd probably never go there in my life.
Yeah.
So we get a lot of cool opportunities, like with what we do, to travel the world and experience a lot of things that a lot of people don't get a chance to see or do, and meet a lot of people that you get the better understanding of I guess life in the world by being in different cultures and meeting people from different parts of the world and stuff. So it's really cool to have a chance to do that and see everything, and you learn new things and hopefully become a better person from it.
All the years that you've been doing this and all the people that you've met, like your family members, seeing it grow from nothing to this.
Everyone in the band's parents are super, been super supportive, and they always come out to shows. I live in Florida, and my family's up in Maine, so I live like really far away. So most of the time, I don't really see them unless we're like on tour up there. Oh yeah. And they always come out. My dad's got like a Trivium tattoo and shit. So everyone's like really into it and follows the band. And Matt's dad's like one of our managers. Does all our website stuff. So everyone's parents are really supportive and involved, and are always at the shows. And so it's really cool to have, because they all supported us when we were fucking traveling around with the band. Definitely they helped make it a little bit easier when we were going through the rough start-off period.
Yeah. Well, tell me a little bit about yourself. How did you get from Maine? You grew up in Maine, right?
Yep.
How'd you get from Maine to Orlando?
I grew up there. I was born and I lived there up until I graduated high school. And I moved down to Florida to go to school.
Full Sail?
Yeah.
That's where they go.
Yeah, I went there because I always wanted to just be in a band, but where I lived in Maine, there wasn't really any opportunities to. I didn't have anything going at the time, so it was kind of like, well, what else can I fucking do? And I wanted to do something in music, so I went for recording. The bar right down the street from where I was living, fucking Trivium played, and then just kind of Matt and I became friends. We would talk here and there and see each other at shows and stuff. And then 2 months before I was supposed to graduate school, I saw a thing on their website looking for another guitar player, so I called them up and tried out, and the rest is history. So it worked out for me because I didn't have to look for a real job.
Oh, dude, that's great. Were there ever times where you were discouraged and you didn't want to do this?
No, pretty much. Not really much to complain about. Just had the opportunity to be able to write, record, and release music, and being on a record label. And being able to put out music and tour the world and play. It's really hard to complain or not want to do it, because it's like all four of us is like what we always want to do is just be in a professional band. So we enjoy it, and thank God we all enjoy it, because we're on the road fucking so much that if someone didn't like it, it'd be a really shitty time.
Take me back in time a little bit and explain how the ball got rolling to get signed to Roadrunner.
We were on a smaller German label. A&R guy at Roadrunner, Monty Connor, that signed us, heard the song on the CD and liked it, got a hold of us, and at that time, right around the time he called us, we had just recorded we went in and recorded a demo just for the hell of it. We had like 3 new songs we were working on. We had like the Flies and The Deceived and stuff, and some stuff that was on Ascendancy. We just went in like, because we weren't touring or anything, so we went in and busted out like this 3-song demo, and then next thing you know, he called like, hey, I'm really interested in your band, and then it was like, hey, we got some new music. And then once I heard like Life to the Flies, they were pretty much went from interested to wanting to sign us, because they liked the direction that what we would put out with them. They liked the songs and stuff. So it just went from there, and then toured and worked on new music in between tour, and then eventually popped out of Ascendancy.